Check 1 2, test 1 2. Checking my audio. Good afternoon, evening, morning to all of you. Hi. Let me know if you can hear me. I'll be starting in just a few minutes. Hello! Happy 3:34 p.m. on a Saturday, November 7th. It is me, Dan Schiffman from the Coding Train, coming to you live from my attic. Do I look more beautiful today than I usually do? I have some new lights and a new setup that I would like to experiment with a little bit here. It's been a week, to say the least. I can't believe that the last time I was here live streaming was Halloween. 1 week ago today, otherwise known as about 67 years, 8 months, and 31 hours ago. I'm very tired, and typically I do try to live stream in the morning, but this morning I had a special socially distanced parents versus kids masked Little League game to play, and so that's what I was doing. And so, but I'm actually in a very good mood. I'm very tired. My brain is barely functioning. Before I forget, let me please thank today's sponsor of the Coding Train. No, wrong button. There he is. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, That is a website for when you're well rested and feeling ready to learn. You can go there and try a lot of interactive exercises. They have all these courses in so many things related to the kinds of things that I love, and try to write code examples around here on the coding train, from geometry to maths to neural networks to computer science to algorithms, all that kind of good stuff. So I definitely encourage you to meow meow. There's a new design, new look, new set of illustrations on the website. Check out brilliant.org/coding train. You can sign up there for free. And it lets, if you go through that link, it lets them know that you found the coding train. And then if you would like to unlock all of their content, the first 200 people to do so will get a 20% discount off the premium subscription. Back to my camera here. Let's see. I'm looking over here at my monitor, and I think I am positively glowing. There is a little bit of an issue with the key. It just, my green screen is like, the camera's a little bit wonky, but let's see. Let's run a little test here. I got these new lights. Elgato, not a sponsor, but hey, I'm very available. Let's see, done here. I'm in my Elgato control center on my phone, and any moment now, the control panel for these lights should pop up. They're connected to my Wi-Fi network. I literally set this up within the last 5 minutes. There we go. So I should be able to, I've got a key light over here. I'm going to press a button. It is now off. I have a key light air over here. I'm going to press a button. It is now off. Look, I am in the dark, full of noise. My face, it is not showing its true beauty. Now I will turn this light back on and this light back on. And I'm just curious here. This is like an eye test. I'm going to go all full brightness. Oh no, that's the color temperature. Full brightness. Woo, full brightness. No, that's the color temperature. Full brightness. Let's go to 5,000 lumens or K or whatever this stuff means. I don't even know. 5,000. How do I look? Too bright? Too bright. Let's go back down. So anyway, I could use a consultant here to help me figure out how to sort of optimally get these lights going. But I think this is going to be a big improvement. I realize that the placement might not be ideal. I am wearing a baseball cap because no one wants to see my hair right now. It's bad. One of the nice things about live streaming from home, from your own attic, nobody knows if you showered or not. I might have showered sometime in the last week, possibly more than once. I don't know. It's all a big blur. I slept. Also, there were some times when I slept. There were many times where I'm just like refreshing various browser tabs. I'm going to take a deep breath. I hope everybody has been taking care of themselves and doing well this week, that you're having a nice weekend. It is, I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and boy, is it a gorgeous day outside. I spent the entire day outside until just now. I do have a fan running. I think I might turn that off because it's a little noisy for the microphone. Oh, that's turning it higher. There's got to be a way to turn this off. There we go. The fan is now off. There should be a little less noise. The microphone should be a little clearer. I also am getting a new microphone. So soon enough, this will no longer be my microphone. That's exciting stuff. All right, what do I have to do today? Have to blow the train whistle. I have to say thank you to the members through the YouTube membership program thing of the Coding Train. It's actually the fact that a lot of people have recently been joining, at least in my relative scale, that I felt confident to acquire some new lights to try to make things look a little nicer. So cheers to you. I don't have a really strong plan for today. I do want to read some random numbers. I know that Unoriginal Pun, who woke up apparently at 5:30 on a Sunday. It's still Saturday where I am. You are coming to me from the future. That's very exciting to me. Has not received their random number yet. So I will have to provide Unoriginal Pun with a random number. And then I have a lot of news. Coding Train. Breaking news from the Coding Train news desk. Oh no. No. Not that kind of news, although that was a lot of news. Lot of news. My breaking news is there's a new version of ML5JS, kind of a little bit of a soft release. I can't remember if the Medium post went up yet or not, But 0.6.0, there's some new stuff in ML5JS. I want to take a look at that today. I have been working on a new set of video tutorials related to convolutional neural networks in ML5JS, and maybe I'll look at some of the examples I've been working on for those. Everything's taking me a really long time these days, so apologies for not a lot of new sequence tutorial content that's come out. But there are 3 how to make your own Discord bot videos just waiting. They're actually on the channel. You can find them right now, but I have to like flip a couple switches, turn a couple keys, press a few more buttons, and they'll be available for you to watch. They're right now sitting at members only. I'm still finishing up the captions for one of them and a few minor details. So those will be happening, I don't know, I might just release one of them right after I finish live streaming, which will be at around 5:30 p.m. today. I'm trying to speak slowly and calmly today. I was a little bit too crazy, I think, last week on Halloween, to be frank. So maybe today I'll be a little more of the usual, regular, everyday coding train choo-choo. The other things on my mind. I have been working with Runway ML and trying to, I'm creating a new template on Glitch for you to use hosted machine learning models with Runway ML, as well as hide your API keys in a .env file using Glitch. Whoa, so much stuff. That's something that I've been sort of putting together. I would like to show you that. I hope someone's keeping track of this list because I'm not. I'm just making it up as I go. I think what I'm actually going to start with is I need to update the HTTP requests library for processing. That's going to possibly be one of the more boring things I've ever done in a live stream. You can turn it off now. Come back in a few hours. I won't still be here, but I'll probably still be trying to figure out how Ant works again and Eclipse. So that I've got to work on. And so I talked about ML5, processing, and community contributions. By the way, the last message in the Discord is from Bruno. It just says, the lights look great. And every time I look over, I see that message, the lights look great. And I think, the lights look great. I feel like maybe I turned them up too bright. Are they too bright? Do I need to make them warmer, cooler? I don't know. All right. What is going on now? Let me move over to my fancy laptop computer machine. Thank you again to Brilliant as the sponsor of today's live stream. Look at the key. I feel like with these new lights, the green screen key is like, well, it's not flawless. Oh, thank you, Simon. The live poll. That's actually very high, primarily up on my list. Something, I don't know if you can hear it when my children start to get loud. Can you hear them? They're downstairs. I can hear them very clearly, but I don't think it makes its way into this microphone. So Computech is asking about Discord bot with discord.js. Let's just have a look-see here. My computer's not working. How do I open up a web browser? There's a web browser. Let me move over here. Let me move this here so we see our nice masked sun. I'm going to go to thecodingtrain.com. Brand new on the Coding Train. Whoa. Well, first of all, no, that's not brand new. Breaking news here on the Coding Train news desk. I've got something. There's nothing in my ear. I'm pressing. There's this in my ear, but no one knows. I don't have a producer. Can't do math. Check the map. Producer talking to me, news stuff, just me here. Learning, Discord bot. So the first 2 are actually right here. And one of the things I'm excited to share with you is this new thumbnail design. There is a new Coding Train character, Choo Choo the bot. There's a little bit of a problem with the Choo Choo bot name, which is there's actually on Twitter, there is a wonderful Twitter bot called Choo Choo bot already, which tweets just little random emoji train themes. The only thing that I'm sad about this, because it's like the greatest thing ever, is that I didn't make it myself. So maybe I shouldn't be using the Choo Choo bot name, but certainly on Twitter, this is Choo Choo bot, but my Discord bot is Choo Choo bot. So again, I will maybe flip the switch to these after the live stream today to make them public. But if you are a member, they're available and they're coming. And the third one should be, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. The third one we're actually start getting and writing code that will be available. Okay. Now, let's begin. Let's begin with our ceremonial reading of the random numbers. Find my book. Unoriginal pun. It's time. It's time to find you a random number. Ooh, this is a really interesting one. It's where my eye was drawn to immediately. It's on page 97. It is row 4815, column 7, and it is the random number 3,400. All right, that is Unoriginal Pun's new random number. Now, let me find where I last left off in our book. Story time here on the Coding Train. I believe it is here. It was Halloween. Oh, it was last week. Exactly 7 years ago on October 31st, 2020. Row 12, column 15. That's right. I'm just still here on the first page. Just on the first page of this book. This whole book. I don't know. Am I ever going to get to the second page? No, obviously not if I keep talking like this. Row 12, column 5. 70,078. 18,475. 40,610. 68,711. 77,817. 88,685. 40,200. 86,507. 58,401. 36,766. 67,951. 90,364. 74,493. 29,609. 11,062. 99,594. 67,348. Just in case you thought that this was something that you might be watching with any actual useful content, just wanted to make it clear, this is the vibe, okay? It's the mood. That's what people say these days, the kids, as they are called. What was the last number I read? 99,817? No. Wait, where was I? Row 12, column 5. No, I think I got to 67,348. So I think I'm on row 14, column 2. Row 14, column 2. Next random number, row 14, column 2. So in case you're wondering, what is this over here? This is the Coding Train Discord. It is where the community comes together to chat with each other about all sorts of things. I encourage you to join. You can actually join by going to thecodingtrain.com/discord. Or I just pressed a button and a direct link to the Discord invite should show up in the chat as well. So please come on and join. The water is warm and fuzzy. There are random numbers to be had. There is code to explore. It is what it is. All right, now, let's look at some community contributions. One of the things that the Coding Train Discord bot, created by Disstream Chat bot thing, is I could say !wheel, and it will take me to the the wheel of community contributions, which we will now do on the first segment of the Coding Train. Here, live, I will take a look through. Let me refresh this page. I will take a look through this wheel of community contributions, and I will spin that wheel like this. And wherever it lands, we'll take a look. It's something that somebody made from the coding train. It's usually by David Snyder. It has been submitted to the Coding Train website. For every video and challenge and example, there's a place where you can make your own version of it and submit it. This one is called Amplitude Frequency Phase. And I shall click on it and view it. And this one is based off the Fourier series coding challenge, and it is contributed by Abdul Halig. Abdul, thank you for participating in this thing that we do where we like to try to be creative and make stuff with our code and share it with each other. And I'm so excited that yours was picked just now for me to get to look at experience. So I am going to click on that and go over. It looks like it was made in the... Whoa. Oh my goodness. This is really cool. This is awesome. All right. So this looks like it is the Fourier series that is approximating a square wave. This is covered, extensively in the particular video that I made on the subject. But it looks like what Abdul has added is an ability to alter the visualization based on a set of parameters and properties. So I'm going to have to sort of speculate and wonder, like, what is this even? Let me minimize Discord here. It is kind of in the way. So this must be, one of these must be period or frequency or offset or something like that. I don't know what this 0 is. And then there's some like sliders here. One thing that I can kind of make sense of is square versus sawtooth versus phased square. So let's just look at that. Here's a approximation of a sawtooth wave, which looks more like this diagonal pattern coming up and going down. Ooh, I loved how it just kind of like stopped there for a moment. Why must I get notifications on my wrist while I am live streaming? All right, that's a sawtooth wave. Let's look at the phased square wave. What's a phased square wave versus a square wave? It looks like the top and bottom sort of peaks and valleys of the wave have its own kind of variable oscillation to them. Let's go back to square and see if we can understand what these sliders do. So this is, this must be the number of sort of iterations that are used to approximate the wave. So we can see it is much more square. Let's move this back down to like a sort of middle point. Now let me take a look at what this slider might do. Zooming in and out, it looks like. Or no, just increasing the amplitude. It's not zooming. It's I think it's just altering the amplitude. I'm not sure why because as the amplitude grows, the radius of this first, what are these called? Epicycles, circular loops, rotational patterns, whatever the word might be. I need more camera space for my arms. I'm really in this tiny little box here. I want to be able to gesture further up, but I can't. Someday I'll figure that out. My other setup where I record the tutorials, I have so much more green screen space to work with than here in my attic. Now, so that's cool to see. Let's put this on. Let's see what this one is. And this is the, certainly the period or the frequency of the wave. The period being, I always get this wrong. The period is the amount of time it takes for one full cycle of the wave. And the frequency is the number of cycles of the wave through 1 unit of time. So the frequency is the inverse of the period. This is wonderful. Thank you for this excellent work. I love to, this is what I really like to, one of the things I really like to see with my coding challenges is I'm usually like sort of rushing to just get something working up on the screen. And I'm hard coding in various parameters and variables and thinking about how you might thoughtfully create an interface to alter the different parameters of a system, really allow other people to explore the algorithm, the generative process more deeply. And so I think this is a really excellent example of that. I might suggest, if I may be so bold, here is the moment of critique, the constructive, positive, the compliment sandwich, if you will, because I think this is wonderful. And I'm just going to say it's wonderful again in a moment. And here's what I might suggest, Abdul, is that for me looking at this, I need a little bit more hand holding. So I would love some labels to know what these various sliders do. Something that could be an interesting thing to think about. Are there like, are there some presets that are sort of known presets that would allow me to sort of quickly see how different parameters might lead to specific kinds of results? But this is wonderful. I really love it. All right, so thank you, Abdul. Let's ring the bell for you, and we will move on to look at another community contribution. We are spinning that wheel, and we are landing on chin scratch emoji. Editable. Editable. This whole time I'm looking at that thinking, what does it mean for the game of life to be edible? This is going to take me a minute. Be editable. Don't eat the game of life. Don't eat me, game of life. No. Editable. I think I have a sense of what that means. Let's take a look at the editable game of life by Kobe. Kobe, a frequent contributor and help maintainer manager person of the Coding Train Discord, created this editable game of life. And I'm also noting in the chat here that Kay Weekman pointed out that it is NaNoWriMo. That is relevant for Coding Train. I knew that and I sort of forgot about that. I would love to touch on that or talk about that in a little bit. Okay, yes. By the way, now you know what you have to do this weekend. Program your own edible game of life. Maybe, you could, wouldn't it be nice if I ever have another birthday, which presumably I will. I want a game of life cake. It just has like a game of life pattern. Except I don't really like cake. Maybe you could make me a nice like sort of vegan carrot cake. Not too much sugar. High, and use some whole wheat flour maybe. It's kind of my speed. And now back to the game of life again. Editable game of life. Let's take a look at this. So I'm going to assume here that what the idea of it being editable, it's kind of like when I have the Metaballs coding challenge, that I just couldn't stop seeing it as meatballs. Maybe I have I ate a very large meal at like 2:30, which is one of the reasons why I had to push this back, because I hadn't eaten all day. So I'm not hungry. I'm sleepy. I'm very sleepy. And I'm surprised how many words are able to come out of my mouth in sequence based on how sleepy I am. But let's click around and let's edit this game of life. So now what I'm wondering is, am I not seeing? Okay. Let's shrink it here. So what I was looking for is, when is it going to activate? So I can create my own pattern by clicking on these. And what does this slider do? Maybe that's like a speed once I play it, but it's not actually going from generation to generation. So maybe the game of life is unfamiliar to you. First of all, the game of life was invented by John Conway, who passed away this year from complications with the coronavirus, which is very sad. John Conway, I think he was, I don't know if he had reached 90 years old, but he was, I believe, in his 80s, a very well-known mathematician who pioneered a lot of things, famously hated, maybe that's not the right words to use, but famously sort of was maybe frustrated with people's interpretations of the game of life, might be the right way to characterize it. Maybe some of you could provide some resources or writings about his thoughts on the game of life in the chat. I don't want to mischaracterize his actual opinion on it, but it is a system that I really fell in love with as one of the first generative systems that I learned about. It is a grid of cells. Every cell has a state, on or off, as visualized by black or white, and the next state is a function of its neighboring states. So let's see what happens with this particular configuration. I'm going to hit play, and I'm guessing that this is the speed, because if I ramp this up, it's going to go faster. Now, this does not look like the game of life to me. This distinct, I don't know if Kobe or Saint Plays, 82, Simon said he died at the age of 82. This does not at all look like what the Game of Life looks like to me. It is. I wonder if this is also a variation on the algorithm itself. So I don't. Kobe is often. I know Kobe is on a different time zone, so I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know who any of you are who are watching this right now at 5:30 a.m. or 3 a.m. But please make sure you're taking self-care, getting some rest. I will live stream at other times in the future. Mostly I'm just wasting time here reading random numbers, so you're not missing anything. But if Kobe does show up, or if anybody knows further context, this looks quite different, which is one of the things to ring the bell about. One of the reasons why I love systems like the Game of Life and teaching about those systems is not because reproducing the Game of Life as its original rules is a moment of wonder and happiness that can be for you. But what might find even more thrilling is to invent your own Game of Life, so to speak. So what kind of rules can you develop, create, make up, and I encourage you to do so. And I'm getting some breaking news in my ear here. This was a sketch created in a voice chat. Yeah. So I think that's what Simon was telling me. There was a voice chat where this sketch was created. Okay. How about one more? It's 4 o'clock. Everybody feeling good about one more community contribution? Because I am here because of you, the Coding Train community. You keep me going. You and Sanka. Is that still a thing? Can you get Sanka? I like to drink beverages with caffeine in them when I'm very tired and haven't slept all week, because 1 week sometimes lasts a month or a year, and that's how this week has been. And how the last several months have been, the last year has been, the last several years have been. Whew. We're doing another community contribution. How do I get out of this? Close. Whoa. And we're going to spin this wheel. By the way, in this room is an actual drum kit. My son plays the drums. He's been playing on an electronic drum kit for the longest time. And a friend was moving and giving away their drum kit. So now we have a drum kit. I do not play the drums, but if I could get it set up over here, I could try to do my own drum roll. All right, where did we land? Troll Sweeper. Now, I'm pretty sure that these have been vetted. One of the reasons why I can use this wheel is because of the vetting process. The community contributions, they actually went through 2 processes. One is they were merged as a pull request into the Coding Train, so there was a process of checking them then. And then actually these are separately being pulled from a spreadsheet, although Fun Planet, if that's the right viewer name, created this API to all of the challenges. And so if you are interested in contributing and working on this, it is a project that is a community-driven and led project to create this wheel of contributions. But let's take a look at Troll Sweeper. No trolls were harmed, I assume, in the creation of the Troll Sweeper. This was made by Klaus. If you're watching today, or if anybody happens to know Kless or know that name, how to pronounce it correctly, please let me know. Gil. And the original challenge is Minesweeper. Aha! So Minesweeper is a game much like the Game of Life that operates on a grid. Cells can have, I think I made it Bee Sweeper because, I'm a kind of non-violent pacifist kind of person, and I didn't want to sort of think about bombs blowing up on a grid, so I called it Bee Sweeper, I think. But the original game is about mines, and you're trying to find the mines or avoid the mines, etc., etc. So let's take a look at Troll Sweeper, and use Shift plus mouse click to flag a troll, R to restart. Okay, let's see if I can play and win this game. There are 12 of them somewhere. Ooh, okay. So I can do Shift mouse click to flag one there. Oh, this is Flag Sweeper. There's definitely one there, right? There's one there. And there can't be one here then. And there can't be one here then. And then there can't be one here, here. Can't be one here or here. There has to be one here. I know how to play this game. This is very scary. What if I get it wrong? Ah! And now we see the trolls. I did it on purpose. I don't know if you noticed. I could play again. This is fun. Actually, what I like about this is that sort of moment of surprise when the trolls all appear. I think that's one of the things I often wonder about creative coding, interactive systems. And it might sound corny to say this, but I would suspect that most of you had the experience of watching a film or listening to a piece of music where you had, really strong feelings, whether fear or love or sadness. And can you create those kinds of feelings from interactive systems? And I would say here, a little shock, surprise, a little moment there when I saw those trolls appear. So great work. It would be interesting to think about. I mean, this is a sort of tried and true game, but are there other kinds of variations about how the grid is organized? What kind of multiple kinds of characters there could be that you want to find or don't want to find? What other kinds of interactions might you consider beyond just mouse clicks? Could you build this as a physical device? I think a lot of possibilities of things you could think about with projects like this. Okay, now, I think that's good for our community contributions today. I am a happy boy. I don't know, this song from wherever I download this royalty-free music is called Happy Boy Theme. So I'm going to move on. And I think I've got to take a look at the live poll because I don't want to let that project just linger and go nowhere. And once we have it really working, I think it'll be a very exciting thing to use on the coding train, where I can very quickly put up a live poll and have people interact with it and sort of see results live on the screen. So let's go take a look at that. So for the next little bit, I will be taking a look at your issues and pull requests related to the live poll application. This is definitely a maintenance day on the coding train. I don't particularly want to start anything new or look at anything new. And mostly I just want to kind of keep some things up to date and work on a few things that I'm a little bit behind on. So let's see here. There are 13 pull requests. 13? How many get through 13 pull requests? Okay, let's take a look. We'll go in reverse time order and take a look here at this pull request from DRC. Let's actually run the live poll just so I can sort of see where it is. So what is the live poll application? The idea of the live poll is to create a web application where I can quickly spin up a question which has multiple answers. People can answer them in real time, and using a view of that poll and an overlay in Open Broadcast Studio, I'll be able to see the results in real time as an overlay onto my camera feed here. And I'm sure this already exists, and I could just use some software to do it. But I'm trying to make my own coding train. When I say I am trying to help facilitate a coding train one being made. So I'm pretty sure that I have this on the desktop still here. Let's go to the main branch. Let's just kind of grab whatever was there from last time. Let's open it up with Visual Studio Code and see what I've got going here. And let's run it. Let's go to port 3000 and see. There we go. So this is the poll. It is both. It needs a lot of work. It is both the results of the poll and the interface for voting all in one. So presumably, if I click A and hit vote many times. Oh my goodness. There's already been so many votes. And now I'm going to go in this. I'm going to freak out and go into database DB, and I forget that I'm using this crazy database thing that doesn't delete the old records. And okay. Whew. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling very stressed out right now. So that's the idea. Let's go take a look at what sort of pull requests we've got going on here. This is from October 4th. Wow, over a month ago. Apologies to DRC. And thank you. Let's take a look here. And by the way, Dipam Sen, I believe, is the GitHub user who created the Coding Train API. So I figured I would improve on the REST endpoints to use destructuring for the request parameters and update the database call to increment on update rather than searching and updating. So this all sounds like a good idea. And there's some discussion here. Have I really? This is hard to do live. Okay. I really like the new database calls, but there are some other changes. Oh, I wrote this 28 days ago. Resolve the conflicts. Okay. This is how I review pull requests on the Coding Train. Scan over it. The button is green, which means I can merge it. Do you hear the horns honking? Horns honking all day long. Cheering loudly in Brooklyn is wonderful. So I'm going to click merge pull requests here. I'm just gonna, that's just got sidetracked. This is how I like to do things. I don't necessarily recommend this is how you maintain your open source projects. It works for me. Merge pull request, and let's just make sure things work. Still, I will grab the new the changes. Oh, what? I have changes? Why do I have changes? Something sad happened. I feel like my changes are meaningless. I'm gonna stash. Oh, I could have squashed it. Yeah, well let's squash a different one. I always like to squash my pull requests. It's very important to not hold any grudges, to be kind and squash those pull requests. Okay, get pull origin main. Okay, I've got those changes in now. Let's run it again. Oh. Refresh the page. Looks the same. Could I clear the database totally? I won't do that yet. Let's keep going through the pull request. So I think that, if I recall correctly, that was a pull request that just cleaned up the code a little bit and used object destructuring, which is a way of setting taking an object apart and putting it into individual variables, which is very convenient to do in JavaScript. Moving along, the Twitter library is a thing that I need to work on too. Pull requests. We're down to 12. Okay, so now we're going to go back to pull requests, and let's go to add a simple. Oh, right. Now I remember we discussed this. So I think this I'm going to hold off on. I think I would like to try a different database for this project. And so maybe I will let this happen in parallel. I'm a little bit afraid to merge this in right now because I'm not super familiar with SQLite, and we will come back to that one. So let's go to pull request number 10. Refactor to use a post request. Oh, this is from Simon. You can create an interface, but for now you can use a piece of software called Insomnia to make post requests. So this also, I think, is a wonderful, excellent point to raise and discuss, that I could use this sort of voting with a post request instead of a get request. I think I might like to leave it as a get request right now. I tend to use those when there is not sort of information that needs to be hidden that's being passed through the request, and if the information is coming in very, very small bite-sized chunks. So the ID and the choice I think can be sort of easily passed through the route. I am open to hearing other points of view. Thank you, Simon, for this. I think let's hold off on this one for right now and keep things simple with a get request. Thank you. And let's write a little note here. I always use my most used emoji, of course, is the sparkle heart, because it's how I feel about all of you who are submitting pull requests. And there we go. So now, we got through another one. I don't think I can ring the bell unless I merge it. Some small fixes. Let's see. Oh, there's some conflicts. Let's take a look at it first. So one thing I might suggest, Consti 219, I haven't done my work here, which is to set up the repository with a pull request template, which would guide you through the kinds of things that I'm expecting to see in the description. So I apologize. That's my sort of failing on my end. But I would say that a good practice is when you submit a pull request, if you can write a little bit, even introduce yourself in the description of the pull request, that's always helpful for the maintainer of an open source repo. Let's go look at files changed. Editor config. Oh, I love this. I don't know what it is, but I'm desperate to learn how this kind of stuff works, because I think you can create these config files that basically control how your code editor works on a project by project basis. So I'll keep that. Adding .env to git ignore. That makes sense. I don't have anything yet that I need to store in .env, but certainly if I did, I would want to add that. And then requiring the .env package. I'm good with that. Name, lowercase. It's supposed to be lowercase. I'll take that. These all look fine with me. Let's see what our merge conflicts are. I have my merge conflict theme song, which I don't really have, but... All right, everybody, it's time. Just like I like to squash those pull requests, I like to resolve all my conflicts. Oh, package.lock. This I don't know what to do. Pause. Hold. Timeout. Post. I'm being told that my point of view on post, get and post is not the conventional wisdom. Post makes more semantic sense here because it's for sending data. I understand. I agree. I'm usually wrong in these cases. I optimize for readability and educational purposes, and I think a get is much easier to work with on the client side than a post from whatever clients might ultimately want to connect to this live poll. So for example, let's say we wanted to build a Raspberry Pi or an Arduino with buttons to vote. By able to submit our vote through a get request, we might make that a little bit easier to sort of manage and deal with. I might be wrong still. Okay. I don't know what to do about this merge conflict in the package. I never understand what package lock is. It has something to do with like versions and all that and dependencies. I think if I just take this out and do this and do this, and then that looks right now, right? Did I fix it? I mean, is there something else I need to... Oh, I think I did that right. And I'm being told a post is much easier. So maybe my thinking is very flawed there. I've always thought this way about teaching and in sort of the sort of creative coding, rapid prototyping context. Who knows if I got that package.lock right? I understand what I'm doing. I take all the risks and responsibility. I'm here to merge, to resolve my conflicts and squash and merge. So what does squash and merge do if you have not heard of that before? So first of all, the original button was just this, merge pull request. What that is doing is it's taking the changes from all of the various commits. And here you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 commits and adding them to the history of the project. And sometimes within open source projects, it's advisable to take, even if a given pull request has many different separate commits in them, it can be useful to squash all of those into one commit so that the project's actual history then has all the changes of the pull request within one commit. And you don't actually lose. You can still have multiple authors and differentiate these in various ways. It's a very sophisticated system, but I do think that kind of does make sense. I'll switch to squash and merge. Don't ask me to explain rebase and merge. I'm not prepared for that today. Maybe another week, squash and merge. Let's do that. And now let's grab that stuff. So by the way, the proper way for me to do this would be for me to pull that branch and test the branch locally and then merge, or to actually have tests. But for me, I'm just sort of playfully enjoying this and see and kind of just enjoying merging them and pulling them, and we'll fix it. Somebody will fix it later. This is all for our own, I was going to say edification. That's a callback. Let's run it again. Oh, no. Okay, npm install. So there was a new package.env. My microphone is really, I'm afraid to move the microphone. And this is really insane what just happened, because I don't know if you can see the light flashing. You can see my arm because I just got a very, very ridiculously generous super chat. It kind of makes me a little uncomfortable, if I'm being perfectly honest. Thank you, Alexander Sapphire. I'll read your message. 4 years ago, I watched your first ever coding challenge video. 4 years later, I'm a software engineer, consultant, and STEM evangelist who specializes in web technologies. I owe you my career. That's got to be a little bit strong, but I appreciate it, for introducing me to JS. Thank you for everything you do. And a lot of heart emojis, which of course, by the way, these kind of messages, I really, they do mean a lot to me to get them. I love to receive them without, there's no need to provide a super chat or any kind of donation along with them. You can always send them to daniel@thecodingtrain.com. It takes me a long time to get to that email inbox, but I do read all of the messages that come to there eventually, within a few months. My other email boxes are no better. But so please, thank you for that message and the chat. I will, you have won. You don't win anything. I mean, you've won your, whoa, camera. Oh no. So I got a confession to make here, and I apologize for this. I installed my 2 Elgato key lights. Hold on a second here. This is gonna be fun. Let me go to this. And now I am, just give me a second here, everybody. This is going to be worth it. The microphone's still going, right? Okay, whoops. Wrong camera. Here we go. This is me. One of the things that I love is, you don't see that, is this new way of just wirelessly getting a feed from my camera into the live stream. And you can see here, that's one of the key lights. That's the other key light. I'll show you my incredibly messy attic full of toys and various things, and the sort of console that I'm looking at and laptop. So here I am again. The camera that I use, which is this camera here, I keep it plugged in, but I thought, I got to plug in these new lights. I only have 2 plugs. It's fully charged. It'll last the live stream. I don't know whether it went to sleep, like my cameras used to do all the time on the coding train. If you were back from those days, welcome again. But or if it actually, the battery died. So I am now walking around. Going to take a look here and see whether it went to sleep or whether the battery actually died. Looks like it just went to sleep. So I think, unfortunately, no, battery exhausted. Look at that. It said, let's see if we can, so it said, by the way, so this is my setup. You can see now with a 1 light and another light, a little behind the scenes here. This is the camera view, and battery exhausted. So I will, I think, for the time being, unplug one of my key lights to plug the camera back in. I need another extension cord. Oh, there's my knee. Hello, everyone. I think you're still seeing. You probably can't barely hear me because the mic isn't coming through my phone. Far away now. The camera is plugged back in. And it's quite a bit darker in here. I probably should figure out how to... Oh, I got dizzy. I stood up too fast. It should come. It still says battery exhausted, but it's plugged in now. So you would think it's going to come back. I guess what I'll do is it is charging. We can see there that it is charging. That light's on. So I think I'll turn it off, and I will just give it a few minutes. Is it time for my break yet? Probably not. This is kind of fun to stream this way. I could just move this. Oops. Move this over here. And I'll just put this here. There we go. All right, while it's charging, This is what was I doing? The live poll. I was thanking Alexander. I was going to give Alexander a random number, but what I wanted to say is that I do get messages like this. Oh, thank you, I got a job because of you, or things along those kind of lines. And I would like to say I appreciate that, but I would say to all of you, look into yourself. You got that job for yourself. You found that passion for yourself. I'm thrilled to play whatever small, tiny role in providing a little help or inspiration along the way. But really, that all of the wonder of expression and creativity with code and the things that you are doing, all of that comes from you. And I love that you choose to share it with me, and that I get to be a small part of it. So thank you. Okay. I hope that camera goes back on soon. What was I doing? Random number for Alexander. The random number, we have the book right here. I think for a super chat, we'll go to the table of Gaussian deviates, which is 1.498. We'll take, where's that camera right there? That'll be your number. All right, moving along. I assume that the camera, I'm going to be able to turn it back on any second. How long could it possibly take? Let's go back to the browser and I merge that. Another pull request. Refactor. Oh no, we already did it. Make the emojis make more sense. Oh, how could the emojis make any more sense than they already do? They're all trains. These make tremendous sense. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Instead of constantly scaling so that the winning option is full of emojis, has each emoji represent 1 vote. Then after it goes off the screen, have each emoji represent 5 votes. 25 votes. I like this. I like this idea. This is very exciting. This sounds like a difficult math problem. And okay, let's see here. So it looks like maybe there's some merge conflicts. So let's take a look at that. We've got to resolve our merge conflicts. This looks like that'll be fine to keep the max emojis there now as a new thing. And then anything else? The number of emojis is W not being used anymore. So is that what was being replaced from Simon? W was previously used to maybe in some sort of rendering of the emojis, but let's do that. Let's take this out, I think. And so num emoji. I see. So this is the process of figuring out. It's 4:30. Figuring out what the divisor is based off of how many emojis, how many votes there have been overall. Got it. Thank you, Simon. This is wonderful. So let's mark this as resolved. Commit this merge, and then we shall squash. We've resolved our conflicts. We're squashing our pull requests. Everything is so happy today. Confirm, squash, and merge. Okay, there we go. Oh, I have something I wanted to highlight and mention today that I have to remember to do. Okay, but I should do that right now before I forget. All right, we merged another pull request. Let's try to move more quickly here. Add a dev script to run nodemon. That sounds awesome. Package.lock. You are the bane of my existence. Let's add nodemon. Should be fine. I don't know what I just did, but okay, whatever. This is bad. This is bad. No, this is bad. Okay, wait. I don't know. I think this is right. I resolve. No, remove all conflicts. This doesn't. I haven't had this experience before where package.lock gets all wonky. Can't I just delete it and ignore it? And I don't want it. It shouldn't be in git ignore, but can't it work itself out in a different way? Somebody explained what package.lock was to me before. Okay, so I think this is good. Scroll back up. I think the camera's got to have gotten enough juice by now, right? So let me go see if the camera has come. turning it on. It is not telling me the battery is exhausted. So it is telling me that the battery is dead, but it is staying on and it is plugged in. So hopefully it won't. Wow, it lasted so little. Okay, so I can. Oh boy, I really need that other light, huh? Oh, this is so sad. This is so. All of this expensive high-tech equipment I have here. And I can't manage to find 3 plugs. I guess I do have an extension cord that might just be what I need to do because I have many more plugs in this room. Please hold. I'm gonna get that other light plugged in. I need to mute myself. Okay, I'm gonna get my extension cord out. Where did that extension cord go? I had it over here. Oh, wait. It's in a bin. Okay. Getting an extension cord. This is a really professional operation I'm doing here. Plugging in extension cord. Hopefully I'm not going to unplug something and shut this whole thing down by accident. Okay, it's plugged in. This is like a 40-foot extension cord to go about 2.5 feet that I need. But now everything's plugged in, both of my lights. And I return to a brightly lit space. Okay. All right. Thanks for bearing with me here, everybody. We've got NodeMon now. I should read this discussion. So one of the interesting things is I typically just install NodeMon not as a dev dependency, but as a global module. So it's just like a command I can always run. I don't know what the sort of proper, sort of so-called proper technique is, but let's see what this does. So let's squash and merge this one. Git pull origin main. Oh, I can do npm install and let it sort out the files. Yeah, that's what I thought. But it's still like... why is it showing up in the as a conflict in the pull request? Like I still have to deal with it there. So let's do npm install now. And let's just see npm run dev. Yeah, so it's running NodeMon. So by the way, I should probably get used to doing this. So typically, the way that I tend to work is just to like execute a particular JavaScript file by saying node index.js. But in a project's package.json, under main, it's listed as index.js, and these are various scripts that can be run. So start is an alias essentially to node index.js, and dev is an alias to NodeMon index.js. In the ML5 library, for example, there's npm build and npm run build, npm run start, npm run serve. Like there's all these different things to like build the website, to build the library, to there's like a laundry list of things you can run. So I should probably get in the habit of demonstrating that and saying npm run start. So, but the nice thing about NodeMon is NodeMon or Node Monitor listens to the files, like keeps its eye, doesn't have any ears or eyes, but it tracks the files, and if any changes are made, it will restart the server. All right. Let's see here. Sorry, I know that this might not be the most exciting live stream ever, but this is really useful stuff for me to do. Updated UI. This looks good, although I like this as a train car. Now I think I'm going to start getting into the place where I can't resolve the merge conflicts anymore because, so I love this idea. And I'm sorry that, so one thing I want to apologize to people if you were hoping that these pull requests would be part of Hacktoberfest. I kind of forgot about that, and now it is November. So if anybody really had their heart set on this being a Hacktoberfest accepted pull request, and I'm entirely responsible for you not getting your tree planted or t-shirt, let me know. Maybe I can send you a sticker or something. But let me just write here, apologies. I think I need to move a little more quickly here through some of the ones that I can actually implement. I love this and would like, what I should be doing is ones that I've reviewed and like the idea of, if those get updated after the live stream, I shouldn't wait till the next time I'm looking at a live stream to merge it. It should just go in more quickly. So help, please let us know. Sparkle. And so let's do that. Thank you so much for everyone who's contributed. Let's move on to improved poll structure. A post for creating a new poll. Question string, option string, votes, number. Okay. Change votes poll idea route to poll idea to avoid confusion with vote. Make necessary changes to work with arrays. This all seems really, really useful, and I really do want to be able to create new polls. To test clear database.db, uncomment, create new poll, function invocation, commented back. I really want to merge this. So can I resolve these conflicts? Let's see here. This seems kind of silly. It's just like silly formatting that got conflicted. Then this is the poll ID. Oh, merge conflicts are so hard. I think maybe this wasn't the best idea for how to sort of like manage and maintain this project. I also realized the reason it's getting darker in here and I'm getting more shadowing is the sun is going down, and I was really benefiting from the sun shining through the window that's over there. I guess I could point this light more this direction or make it a little bit brighter. Just want to see if I turn it a little bit, if that helps the keying. Maybe a little bit. All right. Now, this is going to be hard. So this was the new thing. So hard. Can I merge this? This is so hard. This is so hard. Okay. I want to add this. Yeah, so this changed the name from poll ID to votes. Oh, okay. That makes sense. And this just had the object destructuring stuff. Oh no, what? Oh, right, okay. I see. I think if I'm right, that this is the new stuff I want to keep. And then I don't need this anymore. Okay, so that's that. This is the new poll. Great. So I think we're good. And I just need to figure out what the changes are. So this is also really, using a different branch name would be super helpful here, because then I could tell if you're like making your pull request from your own main branch, then it's hard for me to see the different branches because they're both called main. But I think this is the more recent object destructuring. So that can be kept in lieu of these two lines. And then this, if no poll, return error. If the choice is less than the length, return. And then increase. I think this is all good. I think it was just that. Okay, I think we're good here. So this is going to be exciting to try. Mark as resolved. Oh, no. There's also sketch.js, which just has, now I think the idea is that it was changed to, oh my God. Oh, this is hard. Okay, I think I know what's going on here. I think that Dipamsen changed it to poll, and Simon added max emojis. So I want to get rid of votes and keep poll, but I want to keep the max emojis. And then down here, I want Simon's new loop here, which replaces this. No, wait. This finds the max votes. Then this is Simon's loop. Oh my God. Oh, no. Oh boy. Yes, because... Oh, this is hard. I need Simon's algorithm to make its way back up here. Okay. I got it now. So this is the new way of doing it with poll options. And Simon... Let's try to pull Simon's code up. So let's get max votes and the divisor sorted out. That would replace this. And instead of choice of choices, the new way of doing it is poll.votes I. Oh, this is really insane. And that's that. And then this is fine. Okay, but I need max. Where does max emojis? That was already defined up here. Perfect. Okay, so that's good. That's fixed. And now this is I equals 0, I is less than poll.options.length. And then variables breakdown is this. I is index. Before it was choice, which was an alphabet. So this should be poll.votes index I. X equals 10, and then I think that's right. That's the only thing that changes with Simon's new algorithm. All right, we're going to find out. We might have to do some more fixing. And the white space is all messed up. This is going to require some work. But this is exciting. We're making serious progress here, people. Once again, the button is green. It means I can click it. I'm going to take a break in a minute and kind of move on from this project. Squash and merge. The button is green. It means I can push it. Yeah, I'm going to fix whatever indentation bracket stuff now here on my own. So let's go take a look at here. And I think if I do save, whoa. Right, so, whoops. Ah, no, ah! I want to format the document. Wait, what happened to my prettier? Uh-oh. Oh no, so something is wrong, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this. Clear, background, poll options. Whoops. For loop. Oh, poll the number of votes. Poll options, the actual option. Okay. What's going on here? Well, let's see. Am I running the server? Okay, sketch.js line 70, unexpected. So I have an error on line 70. Do I have an extra? Aha. Okay, I think it formatted. I might have taken out format on save. Format. Oh no, it is format on save. Who knows what's going on? All right. Hopefully now we're good. Really. Okay. What's happening on the server? Oh, ID is not defined. Index.js 30, line 11. Oh, I've really done a horrible thing here. 30 line. Ah, okay. Get pull ID. Constant ID equals await database update. What? Yeah. Prathamesh is writing, ideally after each pull request, merge. Everyone else who raised a pull request needs to update their local copy and resolve the merge conflict on their end, and then update their pull request resolve code. Yeah, I think maybe this methodology is not working out for me to try to resolve these conflicts, especially when I am not used to reading code that is now written with some of the styles that are here. But I don't know if somebody I don't know if somebody can catch what I missed. This is let's look at this route. The idea of this route is we are getting everything from a poll. So, and what? I think, let me go back and look at the project history for a second. Because I think the change here, and let's look at the history. Let's look at the, I think this is the change that I have now messed up. So let's look at what was changed here. The idea is that this is changed to this. Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna have to put this aside, and I'm gonna have to call on the community to save me. Because this is very clear to me what happened in this change. This is like pulling out. I didn't know you could do object destructuring like this. Pull ID equals request params. Look at that. So this is like ID, Pull ID. This is the same as what I did here. You're getting the ID as the pull ID. Now I'm getting the ID as the pull ID. So I should be getting this ID as the pull ID. My lights are blinking. Does that mean that this is supposed to be this? And that was my mistake? Oh, wait. Should have used NodeMon. Cannot access ID before initialization. Was that the... Await database update. I think I know how to fix this. JavaScript is so crazy. I do know how to fix this, which is that I can do... I don't even understand, like, where is it getting this stuff from? Where is it getting choice? I really messed this up. I deleted complete functions. I really ruined it. Okay. Yeah, I lost like a whole... Let's go look at... I think what I need to do is look at this branch here. I need to look at the... what was the one that I was... This one. Okay, let's look at this. Let's go back and look at... let's look at Deepam Menson's branch. So what was changed here? This is without my messing it up. Under pull ID. Oh, maybe this pull request actually had a mistake in it, because it looks like... this looks like what I have. Revert. Do we need a code style guide? Yeah. All right, everyone. It's time to read some brands. Things have gone awry. I'm going to look at this later. I was hoping to get like a nice little win here to like at least have this, be able to create a new poll, which I'm very excited to have this feature. But when your philosophy on pull requests is to just, if the button is green, to press the button, I might need to adjust my way of doing this. Also, why sometimes I like to write things even if it's more long-winded without this kind of object destructuring stuff, because I find it very hard to read and understand what's going on. But yeah, like if I just go here, let's just look at this is, I'm in, oh, no, go here. No, I'm in the wrong place. Oh, what I want to do, how come it's not taking me to where I want to go? I want to go here. There we go. And I want to look at what branches. There, main. And I want to look here. This is what I wanted to see. Right? This is the way the function is written here. It looks the same, right? Oh, no error. Oh no, there's error here. ID is not defined. So I think there was a mistake in. Okay, well, where was ID defined? I'm very stubborn, as you all know, and I sometimes have a lot of trouble. Ah. Oh, I see. I did everything right, but for this new system to work, the create new poll function has to be called for there to be an ID. Because that create new poll returns ID. Hold on, let's go and look at the instructions that I didn't read. And then I'm really putting this aside. Where was it? Did I close it? Is this one? Okay. To test, clear database.db, uncomment create new poll. All right, so let's follow these instructions. Database.db. I deleted everything from it. We're going to then uncomment create new poll function invocation. Then comment it back after poll is created. In sketch.js, fix all poll IDs. Okay. 9 and 32. Interesting. So now there's a poll and an ID. Though, right, because there's a whole new database structure. Oh, there's a whole new database structure. So now here, line 9, that's the new ID, which is line 10. And line 32, which I guess here, hopefully now oh wait, no, I have to uncomment it. Uncomment create new poll, run it again. Still ID is not defined. I think there's a mistake. Database.update returns an object. Result of the function is what you're destructuring. Right. That I sort of understood. Okay. So if I really want to solve this, which I insist on doing, I want to do the following. Let me be stubborn and solve this, and then I will take my break. Right? Can't I do this? Right? Shouldn't I be able to look at it and see what it's giving me back now? If I do this, right? I just want to like, what's that object that comes out? But yeah. Still, there's something here that doesn't, there's a thing that doesn't make any sense to me here, but I will humor me for a second here. Yeah, it's this. Like, am I supposed to set like oh, wait a sec. Yeah, no. Why? Oh, I know what got deleted by accident. Yeah, this whole thing. Yeah, hello people. This. This was missing. Where did that got deleted somewhere? Right? I have to pull the particular ID. That's the whole point. Oh, this was a disaster. Choice is not defined. There's no choice. That's up here. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. These functions got merged. Oh, everything's gone so horrible. Everything's gone so wrong. Pixel, I appreciate your messages. Sometimes I have to like revert to the rescue. Okay, I'm canceling this. So I've learned my lesson. I thought I could do something somewhat superhuman that I clearly could not do. I am going to come back to this. I'm going to move on to some other stuff. This was a failure. I am sorry. I don't know. I can't even speak. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to thank the sponsor. So I'm going to have to totally like reorient my entire brain. Take a deep breath. Anybody who wants to kind of fix this, I'm actually going to stash all the stuff I just. If anybody wants to work on fixing this right now, while I take my break, you are welcome to. You can find the horrible disaster that is everything right here in this GitHub repo. I will paste it as a link into the Discord, but I am going to, oh, this is really rough. I'm going to take a minute here to thank today's sponsor. Here's the thing. Coding is really hard, and in particular, managing web applications that involve databases and front ends and back ends is really something that's particularly hard to do, especially while you're live streaming, which is why most of the content I tend to focus on has to do with algorithms, generative art, patterns, visualizations, kind of stuff that I can kind of bite off and chew in a single chunk. And a place where I essentially harvest so many of these ideas is a website called Brilliant. And Brilliant is both an app and a website and has a lot of other aspects to it as well. So I'm going to open something up here. So one thing that's really exciting to me about Brilliant. So first of all, what is Brilliant? It's a website and app that makes learning accessible and fun. Their approach is based on problem solving and active learning. So everything, unlike the disaster that you're watching, that is my live stream, it's actually a place where instead of watching somebody else do stuff, you can go and read and interact and try different puzzles and interactive exercises to learn a particular topic. Algebra, programming, neural networks, and actually there's a whole lot of new design elements and an entire new illustration style called Pix, P-I-X. And you can see it highlighted in particular in its a refresh of its Geometry Fundamentals course. So the Geometry Fundamentals course is really awesome. It's probably the kind of stuff that I should be focusing on the coding train, since again I'm really harping on the fact that I just had this total database merge pull request GitHub disaster, which I will really think deeply about while I'm after this live stream and come back and try to redeem myself next week. But I really encourage you to check out these courses that are available on Brilliant. Another one that I really have spent a lot of time with is the neural networks course, highly related to all the stuff that I do with ML5JS and TensorFlow.js. So if you want to sort of learn more behind the scenes of how neural networks work and play with different, this is showing you sort of visualizing the process of a neural network recognizing a handwritten digit. You can check that out. So what I tend to like to do, I think I will, I'm going to have a little like win right now, is what I like to do is go to brilliant.org, the website. I am already logged in, and look at one of its daily challenges. I took a peek at this one before I started live streaming, and I'm pretty sure I have a sense of how to answer it. So I feel like I'm going to get a win here, which I really need. So sometimes my favorite aspect about doing the puzzles on Brilliant is I get them wrong and I learn something, but based on all that I was trying to do with that live poll application, getting something right is what I really feel I need right now. Thank you for this sponsor segment as like a therapy session for myself. So this certainly seems connected to the Geometry Fundamentals course. So if you're interested in this, if you like this particular puzzle and challenge, looking through the Geometry Fundamentals course, I think would be highly relevant. So let's read the explanation here first. So sum these segments. How can we find A, the area of the colored triangle, when we are only told the two lengths in the figure? So I guess we know with this one tick and these two ticks and these two, we know those lengths. So we should be able to calculate this, and then we know the area of the full. This seems like not too difficult a problem. Keep reading to see one way to do this. Well, let's read its explanation. When first starting a problem, the wishful thinking strategy can help point you in the right direction. I know the height of the colored triangle. If I only knew the length of the base, then I could find the area with the formula A equals 1/2 base times height. Yeah, exactly. The base of the colored triangle is a pair of tick marks. So does the hypotenuse. That means the two segments have the same length or are congruent. So now you might think as follows. I know the length of one leg of the middle triangle. If I knew the length of the other leg, then I could use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the hypotenuse. Then I would have the missing leg of the colored triangle. Right? Oh, I see. The things that I know are the 3 and the 4. I misread this. Like, this is what I'm trying to calculate. So I know this 3 and I know this 4. I got it. So this is going to run through, show you that this is 4. And do some calculations and figure out that this side is 20 times 3, so 1/2. So I encourage you to check this out. I'm going to do the actual challenge. I want to do this one. 6 equilateral triangles, all with side length 1. Let me pull up the chat here because I lost the chat, and I don't know if anything's gone off the rails here. What is the total length of the highlighted segments? So we have some, if these are equilateral triangles, and I can do this, we've got some serious symmetry going on here, right? I'm almost certain, based on the sort of, the symmetry here, that the length of this is equal to the length of this, right? This wishful thinking is true based on the sort of symmetry of this tiling of equilateral triangles. Therefore, this plus this is 1. Similarly, this plus this is 2. Oh, I forgot about this one. That's 3. So we've got 3, and all I have left is this, which is clearly 1/2. So I'm so happy for this challenge. I'm really quite certain that the answer is 3.5. I'll leave a couple seconds here for anybody in the chat who wants to tell me I'm wrong. I see we have a new member in the chat, Code Guppy, by the way. I have to give Code Guppy a random number. Let's submit this. Let's have something that helps us feel a little good today. In terms of this live stream. There's plenty of other things that one could feel good about today, I believe. All right. Drum roll, please. Oh, I really hope this is right. Okay. I have my 1-day streak again. One of these days, you're going to be shocked when you see I have a multi-day streak. Fantastic. Feeling a little better. All right. Oh! That was wild. Look at this animation. That is really cool. So this is one of the things that I also love about these brilliant challenges is they really lead to kind of interesting animation ideas. And I would certainly encourage you to, one of the things I like to do is sometimes with one of these challenges is then try to make a P5JS sketch. Okay. I'm going to take a short, just literally like a 2-minute break, just to kind of take a deep breath, have a moment away from that live poll debacle that I'm definitely going to spend some time this weekend cleaning up. And I will be back. So it is now intermission. I'll remind you that if you're interested in Brilliant, you can sign up for free right now at brilliant.org/codingtrain. Those daily puzzles and lots of other aspects of the site are free. And if you want to unlock all the courses with a premium subscription, you'll get a 20% discount the first 200 people at least to go through this particular link. Okay, I'll be back. I'm muting my microphone and I'll be back in about 2 minutes. All right, everybody. Here I am again. Wow, it's really bright. I feel like I need to turn the lights down. Go to my control center. I didn't powder my nose today, so I feel like it's just too much. Come on, control center. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Settings, done. Well, the lights don't seem to show up anymore. That's so weird. Okay. Nothing is going right for me today. Sometimes I have these live streams and they feel like this incredible just coming together of ideas and weird code moments, and it's beautiful. And other times I feel like, what was I doing for the last 2 hours? Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here with me. I am going to move on. I'm going to try to come up with something to do here in the next 50 minutes that will have a bit more of a hopefully outcome that you can take away with you to maybe try something new yourself this weekend. So I think what I actually want to do is I really don't understand what's happening today. First of all, Code Guppy, thank you for joining. Code Guppy, I assume you are the Code Guppy from the wonderful Code Guppy website, or are you a different Code Guppy, which is a service that I have looked at, and I know that you've talked to folks at Processing about. Service is maybe the wrong word, but an educational coding website. So anyway, thank you. I think it is. I think the sign here that I'm reading from the universe is telling me to read some more random numbers. So let's go ahead and do that. Row 14, column 2 is where I last left off. Oh, a couple hours ago it was a simpler time when I had all this like energy and I was excited to be live streaming and I was reading random numbers and thinking about all the things I was going to create. And thank you, K. Weekman, for sharing the Code Guppy website. And I think I probably have some unanswered emails from you. You have some unanswered. I have some unanswered emails from you. You have not received answers from me, and I apologize for that. I am slowly getting to all of the messages that I receive over time, but I really appreciate all that you're doing at CodeGuppy.com. All right. Oh, we're giving Code Guppy a random number for your membership. Oh wait, this is a membership. Welcome, Code Guppy, to the Coding Train. Thanks for boarding the Coding Train, a YouTube channel where I merge people's pull requests and resolve their conflicts without really bothering to thoughtfully check over what I'm doing. I break everything, and then I cry, and, well, give out a random number. The Code Guppy's random number is 5,778. That is from page 366, row 18265, column 3. All right. Okay, so I'm trying to think quickly about what I could do, and I think the thing that I could do right now that will lead to the most positive result of me actually showing something on the live stream that people could learn and try on their own is to look at the new release of ML5JS. So let's go on over to the ML5JS website, learn.ml5js.org, and I believe if I go to the ML5 GitHub and go take a look at ML5 library and go under releases, you will see, as of 2 days ago, version 0.6.0 And if I click here, it will show a few of the things that have been added. I would say the most significant thing is 2 new models, Handpose and Face Mesh. So Handpose can be used to predict the location of 21 3D landmarks on the palm and fingers of a single hand. And Face Mesh can be used to predict 486 3D landmarks on the human face. Wow. All right. There's a bunch of other things that have been updated and fixed, in particular related to convolutional neural networks, which I'm working on a video series about, which will come out sometime in the next few weeks. But let's take a look at those particular models, and I'll do it right in the P5 web editor. In fact, I wonder if I just go, I think this has been updated. If I go to examples.ml5js.org, we can look for Handpose, and let's click on Handpose webcam. Aha! So I noticed that this is an issue with our build systems for the website and examples or everything. One of the things you can do with the, sorry, excuse me for, I'm just having trouble finishing my sentences all of a sudden. One of the things you can do with the P5 web editor is you can actually now have sort of named permalinks to your sketch, whereas really the sketch's URL is its ID. And some of them are like breaking when we update ML5 and upload new examples. So I'm not sure how to resolve that, but I believe if I do this and I go to Handpose, oh, it's not there. So I think maybe some of the release process is still in progress, and maybe that's why it's not showing up, which is all the better for me to now figure out how to get it to work myself. So let's just go to, let's get it to work ourselves. This will be an excellent exploration. I'm in the P5 web editor. I've got a basic P5JS sketch going. I want to make sure that I import the latest ML5 library, which I can do right by copying to clipboard this, and I can paste it right in here into index.html. I'm actually going to adjust this and just change it from latest to 0.6.0. I really prefer referring to a specific version because then I really know what version was I using when I wrote this code. If it just is latest, I won't remember that later. And as ML5 updates, something else could break. So let's do that. Then let's come over here into sketch.js. And I'm definitely going to use just the webcam. So let's say video equals create capture video. When I think I don't put that in quotes, I think I just do this. Create capture video, video.size 320 to 40. Let's do that. Let's make the canvas 320.240 as well. Let's not have anything in draw. Well, let's just draw the video right now. So let's see what we've got. And thank you very much for my Open Broadcast Studio virtual camera. Now, recently I figured out there's a quicker way to fix this. If I go to here and I do manage, like you can see how it's like defaulting to the OBS virtual camera. I think if I click manage, it'll take me to this page and I can just switch it to this. And then if I go back to here and just let's hit save. No, whoops. Save, refresh. I don't know if I need to reload it, but let's reload it. Beautiful. Okay, so now I have the webcam showing up. Now, how do I get this new model? And let's go over here and let's look for it over here. Under Handpose. Here it is, Handpose. So, by the way, this is Bomani McClendon, who is one of the lead maintainer of the ML5 website, who ported this particular model. So I want to get essentially this to work. So we can see here, what do? I give it, I call ML5 Handpose. I can optionally give it the video so that the model is sort of tied with the video, a set of options, and a callback. Let's grab this and go to the web editor. I'll make a variable called Handpose. I'll say Handpose equals ML5 video options. Let's just give it an empty object right now, and we'll look at that later. And then model ready. Let me move this over. And then I'll write that callback function, model ready, console.log, Handpose loaded. So let's see what happens here if I run this again. Maybe it's, yeah, it just took a while to load. So ML5 behind the scenes is going to a cloud server and retrieving all of the files for that particular model. So it took actually quite a while for it to load. I suspect if I run it again, maybe it will keep it sort of cached or something. And it loaded much faster. Okay, so we've got the model. And then presumably the other thing I can do now, if I go back to, let me close this, here, there is a predict function where I can give it the input media and get the results. There's also an on. So I think there's multiple ways of, this is one of actually points of confusion for me in working with the ML5 library. The models sometimes have different ways of working with them. You can call predict on a particular, like I want to predict the hand pose on a particular image. And if I'm doing the video, I might ask for it to predict on this video frame. Then when I get the results, give it the next video frame. But I think this is a way of doing it where it will just look at the video over and over again. And whenever it finds a new prediction, will give me those results. So I think this will make sense for me to use this style of working with ML5. Oh, and that needs to go obviously like right here. So basically, and I think probably I should do this in, a good practice would be to do this in model ready. So the idea is, let me load the model, tie it to the video. Obviously, I might want to configure it with some options, which are empty right now. And then once the model is ready, handle the prediction event and just log the results. So let's see what happens when I run this now. Right, and so presumably in that object is going to be a lot of stuff about my hand. Let's try to look at it over here. Oh no, I'm not getting a good...
Sorry, I'm having...
No, stop. Why? Okay. So what do I... Let's see if I can look at one of these. You can see this, right? So this is... When it finds a hand, it offers me up this object. The object has a confidence that it's seeing a hand. It offers me a bounding box of the hand, so an X and Y, and an X and Y of the top left and bottom right of the hand. These numbers seem rather high for my image being sized at 320 by 240. And I'm also not sure why it's negative, although maybe it's guessing that the hand is extending past the canvas. We'll have to like experiment with that. Landmarks. These are the X, Y, Z positions of these particular landmarks on the hand. Wow, this is really wild. Annotations, I can look at the thumb. These are maybe all the sort of parts that are on the thumb. Wow, look at this. Ring finger, middle finger, index finger, pinky. I love my pinky. And palm base. Fascinating that all this stuff is in there. So I suppose what I could do quickly is just iterate over all of the landmarks. I'm not sure what to do with the Z location right now. I could use that to describe maybe the size of a circle. I'm also wondering why it doesn't correspond to the actual size of the video image that I've given it. and maybe it's using the native video size. Let's investigate this a little bit further, which is to say, let's look at the example that I'm ultimately trying to write here. Video model ready, on pose, model ready, draw key points, look through all the predictions, look through all the landmarks, ellipse key point 0, 1, not using the Z, and keeping it at 640 by 480. So there might be a I don't know whether this is my mistake or ML5's mistake or a bug or not, but to me it looks like it is returning the XY positions based on the fact that the source image would be 640 by 480. So just for argument's sake right now, I'm going to make the canvas 640 by 480. I'm going to comment this out. And actually, let's not draw. Let's see what we get. Oh, whoa, the camera went off? That's so weird. Why did that happen again? Like, it's plugged in. It's charging. I think the issue is I let the battery drain, and it just, like, it can't keep up. So, we'll see how it does. Okay. Okay, so let's see here if I can do something similar. So what I want to do is I'll create, I don't know what to call it. Let's call it like the hand. Talk to the hand, people. The hand equals results. So I'm just always going to store the results in there. And then in draw, what did we say was in there? When I looked, there was something called landmarks. Do I have one? Was an object. Oh, there could be multiple hands. So let's call it hands. So let's just say if hands, that means that there's at least one. Our hands.length is greater than 0. Let's just do that. Then let hand equal hands index 0. So I'm just going to look at 1 right now. And I want to look at the landmarks. I should learn how to use object destructuring, right? Is this how I would do it? Is that object destructuring? So I'm pulling out the landmarks property from hand 0 and putting it in its own variable. And then I can look through. Every single one. And it's an array. And I can say, oh, there's got to be, can I do this? Is that also object destructuring? Can you do that if it's an array? Does that work? I don't know. Let's see if that works. And then I'm going to say fill 255 ellipse xy 16. That can't be right, right? I don't know. I don't. Ooh, okay. Cannot read property length of undefined. So I guess when it starts, it has the model hasn't loaded. So this is maybe a silly way to do it, but I'll do this. Oh, my camera went off again. I'm sorry about that, everybody. I'm gonna let it. Okay. Whoa. Okay. First of all, it's insane how fast this is. That is crazy how fast that is. Wow. I'm shocked. Oh, I don't know why I'm deciding only to do one. Let's say hand of hands. This is very weird what I'm doing. My variable naming is really leaving a lot to be desired. And then it's bothering me the way it auto-formatted that, so I'm just going to say this. No destructuring for me. Okay, let's try. Is that right? Let's try running this. So what can I do with this? I mean... Okay, come on. Let's see. One hand. Oops. One hand. I can't see. Can I? How come I can't get two? What did I do to not? If hands. Shouldn't I have gotten two if it sees two? Let's Wow, my computer fan is going crazy. Cannot read property length of undefined. Okay. Oh, stop. Stop. Yeah, different hands should be different colors for sure. But I'm not sure why I'm only seeing one hand. One. Oh, maybe I have to set the options for multi or something. I mean, so what were the options? And I also want to do the 3D stuff. And I like that there's semantic groupings so I could color different parts of it. And this, whoops, the camera is still, sorry that I'm not showing myself. I'm going to let the camera kind of warm itself up a little bit. So flip horizontal, max continuous checks, detect confidence, score threshold. Interesting. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if it's just not able to get both hands. Let's try moving a little further back from the camera. That sometimes will do the trick. Here's one hand. Yeah. It's not mirrored, so it's like making me crazy. I can't figure out which hand is which. Well, I could still do some interesting stuff with just one hand, but I'm wondering why it's not detecting two. Let's look at these options. Grab this. Flip horizontal. Boolean value for if the video should be flipped. I actually would like that. Max continuous checks, infinity. Detection confidence. Score threshold. A threshold for removing multiple likely duplicate detections. Float representing a threshold for deciding whether boxes overlap too much and non-max must be. Ugh. Okay. So I wonder if one of these thresholds would kind of help. Like, what if I put all these down? Like if I put detection confidence at 0. And I want to actually make this true. So if I put the detection confidence at 0, it's going to always think something is a hand. Like it's finding a hand in everything. Whoa! So that was a bad idea. Let's make it like 0.25. I don't think it's that the second hand has a low confidence. Can you join the dots on the hand? I absolutely could. I have to figure out how to do that. So 1. No. Score threshold. If I make those thresholds 0, I should do this more methodically. Everyone wants me to join the dots using a line. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give up on this, and I'm going to ask Bomani and sort of research this. But let's see what some folks are asking for, which is to sort of draw draw a line. And apologies that I'm not showing my camera right now. I am waiting for my camera to get a little charge built up. So what can I do? Well, what order? So first thing I want to do is actually I want to look at the Z values. So what are the Z values? What happens if I just put in the Z right here as the size? So I recognize this is not what folks were asking for, but I want to get a sense of what happened there. Options is not defined. Whoops. Oh. I probably could get away without passing it through, but let's just put it back the way I had it. So look at this. So now, closer, they're bigger. Further away, smaller. It's just really kind of amazing. And this is not a precise way of rendering this with three-dimensionality, but it is working pretty well. That's pretty amazing. It's feeling kind of so. Let's think about joining the dots. So one way I could approach that, this is not a great strategy, but let's just try it. Begin shape. All right, hold on. Let's do this twice. Let's just join them all with let's give this a little bit of alpha. Let me join them all by setting them each at a vertex location. So I'm curious, what order are the landmarks in? We'll find out now in a moment. Oh, this. And let me actually just comment out the circles right now just to see it this way. So this is the arbitrary order. It's kind of amazing, actually. It's in a sort of logical order that almost has... So I can actually create a nice enclosed shape. Like this. Pretty interesting, right? So you can see that the... It's scrunching your head. It's scrunching your head. It's scrunching your head. It's scrunching your head. All right, that's pretty interesting. Take this out. We could also look at, does it show me? Yeah, we could look at the semantic groupings. So let's look at the annotations. This will be pretty interesting. So I'm going to leave that as is. And I am going to take this out. And let's say let grouping, let annotations equals hand.annotations. And then whoops. And then I should be able to get all the keys. So let parts equals annotation. Oh, what do I say? Object dot keys annotations. Is that how I get all of the properties of an object? I think so. And then let part of parts. I don't know what to call this now. You know, I'll call these position. Oh no, it's in the part. It's just an array. So let position of part, and then draw an ellipse. You can do this again. and draw an ellipse at x, y. Let's take. Is this right? Did I do this right? So what I'm attempting to do is connect all the landmarks with a line, then look at each annotation, the thumb, the finger, etc., the pinky finger, the ring finger, the middle finger, etc., separately. And what did I get wrong here? Unexpected token. Oh, I have too many brackets. Okay. Whoops. I think my camera should be working again, by the way. It's had enough time to charge. Okay. I'm back. What's going on here? Ellipse was expecting a number for the second parameter. So I think I'm doing a kind of miserable job of unpacking this object. So the annotations is an object where the arrays are grouped by property. So this should be an array now of all of those properties. Then, oh, no. That part of parts. Ah, it's just the keys. It's just the keys. Sorry. So now I need to go through all the values. So let position of annotations part. That's what I'm doing. And again, this is written in such an awful way, and I would not want my example that I ultimately would make it a tutorial to look like this. But let's first, and thank you, Pedro, for your Pi super chat. Let's see if this gets me to where I want to go for now. Okay, great. So yes, I am seeing them all as circles, and I'm sort of drawing a line, and actually probably connecting them, I'm realizing, makes much more sense for me to now take this particular, let's just not work with the landmarks at all as a full array. Let's work with them individually. And I'm going to go through all the positions and draw them as circles. And then also do that again. And again, I'm just getting this to work. It's in a very awkward way. And then connect them. So now I should see all of the circles and all the connections for these particular groupings. So we can see, right, each finger, and I should get rid of that close. The close doesn't make any sense anymore. And I should say, I'm going to say stroke weight 4. And what I would like to do now is give them a different color each. So I will go to the coding train colors. Where's that website that CJ made? Whoa! It was not in live poll. It was in, is it just in the website? No. There was a time. Colors? No, where did CJ make the colors? There's that website, that coding train. Did I bookmark it? I must have, right? No. Oh, this is so sad. Well, I'll just make up some colors. Pink for pinky is a very good idea. How to trigger an event on thumbs up. Yeah, we could definitely make that happen. So that could be me finishing this out. So, but I just wanted to see them as different colors. Let's just do, I'll just do it like this. I'm really losing my mind here. The super fast color scheme generator. Oh, that's a good idea. But I have a Coding Train color scheme and a website. All right, let's see this in action. Whoops. Ooh, I like this. Oh, it's so like spidery. Ooh. Ding, 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 ding. Wait, where's my mouse? I lost my mouse. What? I've completely forgotten what I'm doing. I forgot that I have stroke weight over here. Okay, fine. I'll get this. I'll get a coolers.co. Start the generator. Okay. And copy hex. Sure. This is not colorful enough for me. I want that. I want something more colorful. Okay. I'm not good at picking colors. Let's move on. Let's comment that. I'll come back to that. Let's make a little thumbs up recognizer. So here's the thing. I have a whole I'm going to find a video for you called Pose Classifier. So this is a particular video tutorial where I use the key points of the PoseNet model to classify poses. And thank you, Violet. Violet gave me the Coding Train color scheme site, so I will pull that up in a second. The way that I do this is I make the XY positions of every key point on the body's pose the input to a neural network. I collect a data set with a lot of poses paired with labels, and then I feed that through the neural network. It learns those poses associated with those labels, and then it can take new ones and guess, and it works quite well. This definitely would be a way to do it with the Handpose model. And if I had infinite time, that would be an example that I would build right now. In fact, I could probably get this code and swap it out really quickly. I'm tempted to do that. But one thing that I really do like to consider is that, is there a way for me to simply analyze a hand pose and determine whether it's thumbs up or thumbs down? For example, now I know, like, if this point over here is always the highest of all of the other points, then maybe it is thumbs up. If it is the lowest, then maybe it's thumbs down, right? So certainly using a classification engine would be good, but I bet you I can get this to work by just recognizing when the thumb is the highest point or the lowest point. So which one is that? It's certainly one of the ones that is and it is certainly one of the ones that is part of the annotations, that is the thumb. So let's do this. let thumb equal annotations dot thumb. Boy, wouldn't object destructuring be nice here? And then let's say fill. Let's make it green. Let's just draw an ellipse at thumb index 0.x, thumb index 0.y. That is 24. So a larger circle. Let's see what I get. I just want to know which one is it. And I could probably look it up, but this is a quick way of finding it. It's that top. Whoa, it did them all. That's weird. Because I am doing something. Let's take out this. Let's take out this. And let's just look for. See which one it is. So I'm not going to draw the other things as circles. Why don't I see the thumb? Okay, so I made a mistake somewhere. Ellipse was expecting a number for the second. Oh, there's no dot X. These are arrays. I'm just thinking they're organized into X, Y pairs. So that might be something. Oh, no. No. It's not a two-dimensional array. It's literally... Wait, no, the thumb is an array. No, it is. The thumb is an array of an arrays. And the first array has an X, Y, Z, so it is a two-dimensional array. This should be right. We're about to find out. Okay, so that's the bottom one, right? That particular, the first one is the bottom one. How many are in the thumb? I mean, I could just hard code it in. I'm curious if it'll tell me anywhere. Let's just guess. I think there are probably, if we look, well, when the circles were there, I think there were 4. So let's guess it's index 3. I think there were 4 key points like along the thumb, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think. There we go. I got the top one. So I found the top of my thumb. So now let's do the following. Thumb TX is this. TY is this. And I'm going to say Boolean thumbs. I'm going to assume thumbs up is true. Oh no, I don't need to say Boolean. And I'm going to assume thumbs down is also true. Then as I'm going through all of the other parts, and I shouldn't do that. There's no reason for me to do this by annotation, but since I'm already doing that, I can say if, and I only need the Y. Sorry, I only need the Y. I only need the thumb Y. If this particular Y of another point is above the thumb Y, then thumbs up can't be true anymore, right? If something else is higher than the thumb, then thumbs up is not true. Else, if Y is less than thumb Y, if this Y is below, then thumbs down is not true. So then when I get to the end, let's say this. Text align, center, center. Text size 64. If thumbs up, text come on, paste it in there. Oh my goodness. What are you doing to me? There we go. Text thumbs up, width divided by 2, height divided by 2. Else if thumbs down, let's draw this one. So I believe I should get, ooh, okay, what's happening here? Got some weird errors. Thumbs up is not defined. What did I call these? Oh, I'm in the for loop. Let's, well, yeah, we shouldn't be drawing it. We're going to do this within, not the for loop, but within the if statement. If there is a hand to be detected, there's only ever one hand, so I'll just do it here. Now let's try running this again. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm going to blow your mind now. I'm going to take Simon's suggestion, and I'm going to say, like, make this like much bigger, and I am going to just draw the video. I am going to hide this, and I am going to comment this out. Save. Now watch this, people. Oh, wait, I got an error. Wait, what happened? Image was expecting. Oh, okay. If video. I knew I could make something successful happen with the new ML5. No, what? Oh, no, it needs a place. That's not the problem. Sorry, needs to be at 0, 0. Okay, here we go, everyone. I mean, look how accurate this is. I was going to say no machine learning involved, but that's not true because I have a pre-trained model looking for thumbs up or thumbs down. But I didn't have to train a neural network to recognize the difference between these poses. Now, if I wanted to do like rock, paper, scissors, I would definitely want to use a neural network because people could make scissors in all sorts of different directions and orientations. But thumbs up versus thumbs down, and I should debounce this so it only registers if it's like, if it only registers if it's, and I'm still drawing that green dot, which I didn't realize I was drawing. Let's just take that out. What about pointing left? So here's a couple things. One is like, hey, thumbs up, thumbs down. This is thumbs down, right? Because somehow the thumb is lower than all the others. So it is a bit of a problem. If, you know, it's not a very sophisticated way of doing it, but I would like to point out that it's very easy to sort of let yourself go into a place where you think you must use the most sophisticated advanced technique for determining something, when actually just checking the Y location of the top of the thumb versus the bottom of the rest of the fingers is quite accurate. It bothers me. I need to debounce this because I would like this to be, and I would like to clean this up a little bit so this could be an actual example. So first of all, let's say, I don't want to count it. So let's do a counter, up counter, down counter. Okay. And so if thumbs up counter, okay, so I'm going to do this. Up counter. Again, there's a more elegant way of doing this, but I think this will work. I could do that fading thing, but I'm going to do it differently. Up counter plus plus. Else up counter minus minus. And then if thumbs down, down counter plus plus. And all of you are thinking of a million other ways to write this code. I get it. Then I'm going to say up counter equals constrain up counter between 0 and, let's say, 100. Down, let's constrain down counter as well to within some range. And then now I basically want to say if up counter is greater than 50, else if down counter is greater than 50. So I only want to consider it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if it's sort of stably been there for, and maybe I should say more than, if it's 30 frames per second, about 1 second. And so it might actually make sense for me to sort of think in sort of multiples of 30. Let's see if my logic is not totally flawed here. All right. Whoa. So why the flickering? Like, just if it's halfway, it's got to like count. It's got to be there for 30 frames. Are my like values too large? This is kind of a silly thing that I'm doing, but I just. Oh, and let's make these separate. Thumbs up. Increase the up counter, otherwise keep them between 0 and 60. I don't understand what the flickering was. Yeah, I mean, console logging the counter would make sense. What have I done? Something, wait. Weird. Okay, fine. What have I done? I'm trying to add like a simple extra thing to this. Thumbs down is never going down. Weird. Oh, whoops. Oh, when did that change? That should be... Wait, if... I don't know what... Did I mess that up? And that's so weird. This makes no sense. So I think I have the right idea, but I don't know why. I don't know when that changed. And yeah, that also would make sense to do this. I mean, this has gotten really ridiculous. But I also think that it doesn't need so much. This is silly what I'm doing. I mean, it's not silly. It would make the interaction in theory much more elegant, but well, it just worked so much better without this extra debouncing. I think actually what it should be, I'm now realizing is, or I don't know. All right, I'm gonna put this away. There's an else if. Oh well. Yeah, but I think the else if is fine because if it's less than ty, it can't be greater than. So. Anyway, it's pretty good. I think maybe I thought I was going to make it much better. Let's just... So, okay. I'm going to wrap this up. Hit save. You're all going to make much better versions of this. Thumbs up or down tracker. Detector. And I am going to put this as a link in the Discord links channel that's part of the live stream right here under links, so you can grab that code and try it on your own. Please make a version of this. I think it's after 6 p.m. here on the East Coast, and my brain is really fried, and so clearly I am not thinking straight, and my sort of technique for debouncing this is rather flawed. But what I really would suggest doing is taking a look at this particular video. I'll post a link to this as well.
Hello and welcome to another.
So I'll post a link to this video. What I would love for somebody to try doing is try taking this idea, but instead of using pose, use all of the landmarks of a hand. And I think someone in the chat had suggested, someone in the chat had, yeah, technically when it's equal, it's not thumbs up or thumbs down. That's a good point. Suggested like, okay, you could sort of like point and make like a game controller. You could actually use regression here. You could train a regression model basically to extract an angle based on the angle of your hand. That would be kind of pretty interesting to do. There's so many possibilities there. So I feel like this is like I would give this live stream a B-. And I hope to be able to sort of organize and plan for how I do things a little bit better. But if I were to summarize what happened today that you could take with you and sort of ponder and perhaps contribute back is I think my methodology of going through pull requests one at a time during a live stream is pretty flawed, especially if a lot come in all at once, because they're just going to cause a lot of merge conflicts. People are trying different things, and it's not really a particularly productive way for me to maintain and grow this live poll application. So I think that I probably should put that aside for the live streams and just try to like now in the Discord, maybe we can make a channel about it. Maybe some of the folks who help with various GitHub repos can help go through some of these pull requests. Maybe I can work on it, find some time to work on it outside of the live stream. But I would like to have a goal that by the next live stream that I have a working version of that I could just use. Because I think I've done enough of the kind of talking about or explaining like the idea of the live poll application. And I should just sort of clean it up and I can go through it in a live stream to help people understand how it works. But I don't think that's that didn't work so well as a segment. I do feel like looking at something new, like the Handpose model that just came out in ML5 that I haven't worked with before, that to me feels pretty successful. I wasn't able to necessarily make something super creative with it, but I was able to get it working and kind of look through how it works. And now I would love for any of you who aren't just immediately going to bed right now, going to sleep, and if you're working on some projects and stuff today, if you try it, please share it with me. Join the Discord, and there's a share channel there. You can tweet at me as well. at Shiftman, and that I would love to see if anybody kind of gets this working. And certainly what's great about this has now helped me potentially go and make a video tutorial, an edited video that would then come out about the Handpose model. Other things I didn't get to looking at glitch and runway. I still haven't gotten to the Java processing library. I wonder if, such a bad idea, but I almost feel like, is that just going to take me 5 minutes? Remember the old days when I used to have a timer? Here we go, folks. I'm allowing myself the amount of time, hold on, that the Tori the dog song is 5 minutes and 21 seconds. Let me just check here. Is this one? Yes. So I said, oh, maybe this is not it. Where did I recently, maybe it was an email? Must have been an email. This, hold on, everybody. Just hold on a second. I guess this was an email thread. I thought it was a GitHub issue. This library, HTTP request for processing, I really need to use this library for some examples that I imagine making for working with Runway and anything else that requires an HTTP request. I haven't made a release of this since February 26, 2016, and there's been a whole bunch of fixes like that one. And I wanted to just quickly make a new release. Ooh. But let's look at what some of these other... I'm doing exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. This doesn't... I don't get what this is. So this I think I can't merge. Something about that I'd have to look at more in more detail. But it was requested that I just quickly make a release of this. So I'm going to see if I can do this in 5 minutes and 20 seconds. And if not, I'll come back to it next week. This is definitely not going to work. No, can't clone a YouTube video. I'm getting the repo. Do I have Eclipse on this computer? Sort of. Go away. I don't want to deal with that right now. Okay. Allow cookies. I can't believe I'm installing Eclipse to do this. This is definitely not going to work. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left, everybody. My download speeds have really got to improve. I'm really using a lot of time. Okay. So if you're wondering, Eclipse is a development integrated IDE that you can use with a lot of different programming languages. It's the one that I used to use like every day, all the time. And I probably haven't done that in like 10 years. But I have used it once or twice a year when I'm trying to like build some Java processing thing. And I think what I want is this one. I did not think that I was going to have to install Eclipse. I assumed I had it on this laptop, but this is a pretty newish laptop, so probably I just never bothered. 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Then I'm moving to saying goodbye. I thought that I could do this in this amount of time because I didn't think I was going to have to download and install Eclipse. After I sign off, you might see a new video about making your own Discord bot appear on the Coding Train YouTube channel. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow morning. It's a sort of Sunday morning activity. It's so dark out now. I thought I was going to go for a jog after I live stream. Okay. This is definitely not happening. Oh. Oh my god, what have I done? What have I done? I'm gonna allow the time to run out. This is 1 minute and 25 seconds. Coding challenge, timed edition. That always worked well in the past. Hi Thomas, first time in my stream. This has been... I'm giving myself now a C+ for this live stream. Although the lighting in here is really just excellent right now. Okay, 45 seconds. Dan, do you ever visit Tandon? Well, right now I don't visit very many places at all. Trying to stay safe and at home and with as few people as possible. But I assume you're asking about the Tandon School of Engineering. I would otherwise be there every single day because the program that I work at called ITP is in the same building as several of the Tandon programs. 9 seconds! Don't copy, don't copy, don't copy, don't copy, don't copy, don't copy. Just allow cookies, whatever, donate. No, allow cookies, yes, okay. All right. Ba-boom! So, I will come back to this. So this is step 1, to be continued, a big giant to be continued sign. I don't have a button that says to be continued, but the next step for this is to use Ant to rebuild the jar files for the library, as well as, I believe here under resources, like, I can't remember, in maybe library.properties or build.properties, this is where I would update the version number to 0.1.4. So I'd have to make this 5 and make that 0.1.4. Oh, I've got to also get the processing repo and then add that to the build path. All right, well, we got a little bit somewhere here. I've got to go. I'm going to put on my old-timey goodbye music. I don't even know where that is anymore. Here it is. So I will leave you with this parting thought. This song has about 2.5 minutes on it, where I can also take a couple questions in the chat. Sherp says, I think I saw you once at Tandon, but I was too shy to say hi. I've been watching you before I even got accepted to NYU. So people do, I have to say, I have, in some of the Tandon NYU buildings, people will come up to me or say something in the elevator or in the hallway. And so don't be shy, please come up and say hi to me next time you see me. And Kobe is telling me that I haven't done anything I don't do on a regular basis. So I guess this is what I do. This is what live streaming is for the Coding Train these days. Thank you very much. Thanks everybody for watching the Coding Train here on a Saturday. I will play the This Dot song when I go to the closing animation. So what's coming up next on the Coding Train? You will see the next videos that come out, a 3-part series on how to make a Discord bot. At the end of the last video, unoriginal pun, I will answer your question. It's a pre-made animation that somebody made. I can give you more details about that later. And unoriginal, ask about the intermission animation. What was I saying? The Discord bot series. There are 3 videos. Basically, by the end of the 3rd video, all I have is essentially a Hello World Discord bot. It looks for a posting of choo-choo and replies with a message. So there's lots of other things that Discord bots can do, and you might have some of your own ideas for what those could do. So please, if you watch those and you get to the 3rd video, leave some requests or questions in the comments about what you think it might make sense for me to demonstrate as I continue that series. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I'm working on 2 new video tutorials about convolutional neural networks in ML5. So stay tuned for those. Those will be coming out soon. And that's all I got. Titan is saying, I'm learning these days at Code Academy. Code Academy is a wonderful website. There are some alums of the ITP program where I teach that work there. And I think I have also, they have some unanswered emails. I have some, they have, who has the unanswered emails? If I've been sent an email and I haven't answered it, I'm the unanswerer. The email is unanswered. I have the unanswered email, but they sent the unanswered email. So it's their unanswered email. Whew, it's really confusing. If only I could work that out, I might be able to answer my emails. All right, everybody. I'll see you next week on the Coding Train. Goodbye. Oh, boy. I'm still here, right? Okay.
I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot song. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot song. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do dot, this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot song. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot. I'm gonna do the this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, the this dot song. Never forget the this dot. This. And I'm gonna say once again, here we go. Sing it with me. It's the polar to Cartesian coordinate song. It's the polar to Cartesian coordinate song. Auto-tune and the internet will fix that for me. Sing it with me. It's the polar to Cartesian coordinate song. 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 Unicorns and rainbows and cupcakes. What else is there? Yes, kittens. Thank you very much. Kittens and rainbows and cupcakes. Notice that. Look what I get. I'm really losing my mind. Okay, let's do it. Kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens, kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens, kittens and kittens and kittens. I feel just sort of like a nice feeling of relaxation. Everything's gonna be okay today. Dream is not broken, it has not frozen. This is a wonderful thing. Okay, we're gonna do it. I'm really getting to something. I need my sound effect. Unicorns and rainbows and cupcakes. What else is there? Unicorns and rainbows and cupcakes. That was invalid syntax, I forgot. There was one other thing here that I think is important that I will use continuously over and over again in all sorts of text generation analysis things. That I will use continuously over and over again. First thing I need to do is, yes, kittens. Kittens, kittens. I'm really losing my mind. Okay, we're gonna do it. Kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens. 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 Kittens and kittens and kittens and Das Vidania.